Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on a wife's 2000 Durango here. AC compressor decided to spew all the fluid out the back, so we're gonna have to get that fixed because it's been about 90 degrees outside and you know, can't haul the kids around in that. So let's get after it. Today, gonna use some ketchup. You know, just sure it's on fire. Fix them weld holes right up.
It's got a rat's nest like the rest of the truck.
So. First things first, we need to get this belt off. You know, a couple bolts, whatnot. If you're going to replace yours, you probably need to get the fluid recovered. Sometimes that's better if you have shop recover the fluid out of it, and then you can do the rest of the work yourself. This all sprayed out the back, so we don't have to do that. Anyway, let's get this belt off. Sure don't give you a lot of room in here. Alright, next up we got a couple things we gotta take off. Need to take this plug obviously off the top. There's another wire that goes through here, plug down there. It looks like it's got its little safety clip here, that red thing on the side. Let me get a flathead for that. Thank you. Yeah, flathead. Oh, come on. There we go. Plug that. This right here you gotta push down. Anyway, after that we have, I can't get this light to cooperate. We got a bolt here. We got a bolt down there I'm gonna take off. And then one, oh come on, one right here. So let's get those out of there. Next problem is trying to pry this up out of here. It'll bend back and forth. This is your map sensor. It's trying to pry against it. You definitely do not want to break off that map sensor. So I'm gonna pry on it a little bit. We're gonna have to take the oil fill off. So see if I can get this to stay somewhere here. Sucks when nothing's metal. Alright, so this is running into this. There's, well, it's nasty, but there's two bolts down there I'm gonna take off, and this will come out, and then that'll come out. Yep, a little more to it than I thought. This thing has 4 bolts, and yeah, so it's like this. You do have to take the hose off the PCV valve, or you can, I guess you could, well no, you can't twist that. Yeah, take the hose off PCV valve. 4 bolts. This is hiding that bottom one, which those lines are attached to, these two. What I did was I pulled these lines out of the plastic. Then it allowed me to get the plastic twisted and pulled off that, off of, where'd it go? Oh, this one, this studded one. And then after that we was good. And you could tell this needed fixed anyways, it leaks. So we're gonna get that fixed up and she won't leak anymore. You can tell because it's everywhere. Also might be a little bit of valve cover gasket. Be all right, I'm hot. That's the least of my worries today. So I just want to get this compressor fixed. Wheel seemed like it was moving all right. This is incredibly stiff, more than it should be. Kind of grinds when you know. But anyway, let's get that new one put on. Well, I gotta go get the new one because it just came in, and then we'll. No. We got the new one in here. One thing I should have shown is there's these little O-ring things. Your new compressor should come with them. They go between here. Make sure you replace those. This one came pre-filled, so I don't need to mess with it. Yours, if it does not come pre-filled, your old unit, you want to drain out, measure how much is in there, oil. Measure how much is in there, and then put that much oil back in the new one. Port's right there. Yeah. But like I said, this one's pre-filled. Next thing we have to do is get a vacuum pulled on this. At AutoZone, you can rent these tools. This is a gauge set, 57,375, and the pump, maybe 959 RAZ, I guess, maybe. Usually they're printed on there like that. But anyway, AutoZone, he'll get you, figured out on that. So we're gonna get that all hooked up and strung out here and start pulling a vacuum. These are dirty. This thing's completely covered in oil. Cool. Anywho, red goes to red. Stuff's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, if you don't feel comfortable with this part, you can just take it to somebody to have it filled after you install it. They're two different sizes. One port here, there's one port over here. This one's a big one, so it goes on the big one. You pull them down, stick them on. Yeah. Anyway, still saying, red, red, blue, blue. Wrong way. Okay. Usually left is open. We'll find out. Anyway, now we have yellow. So that just goes to the center here. We got our vacuum pump. I'll run the power to it somehow. Should get set over here then. But this is a vacuum pump. You can put oil in it, help it run. Looks like it needs oil. Oil level. So I just put oil in there. It comes with oil though. Sweet. Came with just enough. And this yellow line is into the pump. You screw it. Wow, that's cool. Well, how's that gonna pump? Side of it's open. Yeah, okay. Well, that's cool. This is wide open. Needs to be closed. Maybe? Pull vacuum. That's what I was saying. This had to be closed. This thing's all broken. Anyways, so it's pulling vacuum because it's in the negative. There's 0. It went negative. So pulling the vacuum. Gotta let it sit like that for hour and a half, I think. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit and then we'll get back after it. Now we're done drawing a vacuum and whatnot. closed it off, pulled the little yellow line off. Now we need to put the refrigerant back. These cans are 12 ounces. A lot of vehicles will tell you somewhere on this front bit here how much you need. We have a single unit, so we need 1.75 pounds. There are, to convert that, there's 16 ounces in 1 pound. So we need, math. So we need 28 ounces. So that's 24 and 2. So we're gonna need 4 ounces out of this. Whoop, we need that. Hey, that back. So I've got a scale. I don't even remember how on. Sure. So there you go. So this is at 15 and a half, and we need, so we're gonna need 4 out of that. So we'll hook it up with this setting on here and wait until it gets to 11. Once that gets to 11 and a half, there's enough in there. All right. So we're starting off with everything closed. Well, those are open, but that doesn't matter. Starting off with that closed. Okay. You need to take one of these things. You know, make sure it's screwed all the way out, not in. And you screw that on your can. And we screw it into the yellow side. This is also a good time to add UV detection stuff. This whole system had so much in it that I'm not gonna add any because there's probably already a lot in there. But if you need to add it, you take your UV stuff, you drip it in here. As well, if you need oil in the system, you also put it in here and then screw the can on. Like I said, mine all came pre-filled, so I don't have to do any of that. I'm just gonna screw it on the can. Then we need to start the vehicle. You're gonna screw this all the way down in and then unscrew it out. I'll show you, and then we're gonna undo this here. Oh, we gotta purge it first too. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. So this punctures the can. And then you pull it back out to get it out of the hole that you just punctured. Lay it sideways on something, not on something hot, you know. Then I got a little tool for this. You do that until you get it to spray out. Careful not to get that in your face or anything. Then we need, oh, guess we can't start the car first. The belt's not on. All right. Now we start the car. Sorry, this thing's loud. Anyway, if you, whoops. Fan's running into the line there. That's cool. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good. Stay. No, don't want you to touch the battery. There. It's a better spot. I don't know where I was pointing the camera. Sorry if I was all over the place. Anyway, let's start the car. When you start the car, kind of dark in here. You need max AC, fan on high. And on this thing, we're gonna open both up. empty, we need to screw this all the way back down to close off the line. Hard to do with one hand. Then we need to close this off. Otherwise, when we take this off of here, we'll spray that fluid right back out the hose. Anyway, had technical difficulties there. So, gonna open the new can. And then when you open this back up, you wanna go slow. Otherwise, it could turn to liquid and damage that compressor. Then we'll just set it back over here again. Let it do its thing. Then, once we run to that last can, like I said, we'll weigh it and whatnot. Get the right amount out of it. Well, I was trying to get this done before it got too late. It's like 9 o'clock at night now. It was getting hot and I was having issues, okay? Well, if you can see that, that's for the radiator fan that is specifically for the AC. It's, you know, mechanical fan. It's for the motor. So the fan's not turning on. Stuff's getting hot. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get a fuse because I don't have one of those. So I don't think I have one of those. And then we'll get back after it tomorrow. So it's next morning. Things have escalated. Anyway, so, well, I guess it's off now. I'm not gonna run the car. It is like 75 in here right now. So it called for about 175 on the high side. And like, I think it was 35 or 40 on the low side, which is where it was. Ignore where it is now. Everything's running great. You've seen the fuse that I blew, which would be this one. Hold on. That one there, don't know if you can tell. She blew it out. So, further investigation there. See if I can get down here. So, there's the fan. It's the, oop, you're not able to see like that. It's this one back here, and she is, that's everything I can do to move it. So, that's probably why she exploded to begin with. So I guess we're not done, but I think that's done for this video, because, you know, yeah, I'm not fixing that right now. No. But, a few things I realized I was doing wrong. Keep this side closed and only open this side when you're filling. I also told you wrong on this, I realized. All the way in is open. Not, you don't go all the way back in to close. It was hot and really late, okay? But anyways, all the way in is open. Turn it all the way back out, counterclockwise. Close it off before you take that out. Shut this off and this off before you take your can off. Otherwise you spray stuff everywhere. It's not good. But anyways, like I said, it's easy enough. This is first one I've ever done. Wasn't too bad. Just got to get in there and do it. It's like anything else. Take a couple bolts off, put a couple bolts back. The only thing, like I said, I recommend is if you still have fluid in yours, go get it recovered. Do it the right way. Don't just blow it all over the garage, or don't. Take it somewhere to have the fluid recovered. As far as that fan, I guess that's my next project. Tear all this apart. It's gonna be fun. Anyways, if you liked the video, if you would, yeah, can't talk. If you would, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one.